We now know what charges the teenager accused in the Noblesville school shooting is facing, and that he won't be tried as an adult. So what punishment could he face? We take a closer look at the possibilities.
And I'm on the Far East Side, where Mayor Joe Hogsett has announced a woman at the helm of the battle to reduce the crime rate. How effective could she be? That's coming up.
Plus, the Southport Police Department receiving a special gift today in honor of Lieutenant Aaron Allen.
News 8 at 5 starts now.
Right now at 5 o'clock, new information on possible punishments and what's next for the teen accused in the Noblesville middle school shooting. His name, David Moore, 13 years old. Good evening, everyone. We've known his name, but are now only reporting it because the prosecutor released it last night.
And that's also when we learned he will not be tried as an adult, but as a juvenile. Today, News 8's Tim McNicholas talked with a former prosecutor and also looked through some court documents. So,
that's right.
Tim, what have you learned here?
Well, charging documents state the 13-year-old brought a .22 caliber handgun and a .45 caliber handgun along with a knife into the school. The charges state he fired the .22, shooting teacher Jason Seaman and 13-year-old Ella Whistler. People in Noblesville are wondering what's next for the shooter. Today, I got some answers. Prosecutors say the suspect will not be charged as an adult because under state law, a 13-year-old can only be waived to adult court for murder charges. Both victims survived the shooting.
The juvenile system is specifically built towards rehabilitation.
Tom Hirschauer is a former Marion County deputy prosecutor with experience in juvenile cases. He is not working in the Noblesville case.
So this matter could be brought before the court in a much faster manner than it would if he were an adult.
According to the state's website, juveniles face fact-finding hearings, similar to trials. After all the testimony is heard, a judge rules whether the juvenile did something wrong. A judicial officer decides the sentence at a separate hearing. Juvenile sentences can include probation, in-home or out-of-home monitoring, incarceration, and other punishments.
Likely with an offense like this, you would suspect that there's a period of detention. The length of that is up to the judicial officer.
A 13-year-old can be treated and rehabilitated in the state's juvenile system up to age 21, according to the state's Public Defender Council.
I have some mixed feelings on it.
I asked Noblesville parents how they felt learning the suspect won't be charged as an adult.
I actually work with middle school students, and I know a lot of times they don't have a great grasp on the world. So there's maybe a lot of different people that failed them, and I don't know that we need to put it all on him.
They need to concentrate on his mental health, make sure that he gets the needs, what he needs, you know, the counseling, the everything.
And court documents do not specify how the suspect got the guns or why he did this. The prosecutor's office says for now they're not releasing any more information, Phil.
Okay, do we know when he'll be in court, Tim?
Next court date, June 11th, and that is separate from that trial or the fact-finding hearing that we have mentioned. The prosecutor says they may set a trial date at that June 11th hearing.
Okay, keep us posted, Tim.
Sure.
Thank you. Moore will not be tried as an adult, as we mentioned at the top, but according to prosecutors, these are the charges he would have faced. 2 counts each of attempted murder, aggravated battery, battery by means of a deadly weapon, possession of a firearm on school property, dangerous possession of a firearm, and 1 count of possession of a knife on school property. Again, not charged with those crimes because he's a juvenile. He simply faces a petition alleging he's a delinquent child. State law could change in the wake of this school shooting. Take a look at the statement issued by House Speaker Brian Bosma. In light of the Noblesville West Middle School incident and the recent charges brought against the shooter, we are reviewing current state law in regards to juveniles being charged as adults. Given the heinous acts that led to a teacher and student being seriously harmed, I think it's important for us to take a thoughtful look at our criminal code and whether changes to the law are appropriate.